London, 1935, August. I'd been back 3 months in the old country and frankly wondering why. The weather made me liverish, no exercise to speak of, and the talk of the ordinary Englishman made me sick. I've had enough of restaurants and parties and race meetings. No pal to go about with, which probably explains things. Hoppy Binge lost in the Canadian Treasury, Tommy Denarain married off to some heiress in Chicago, Chips Carruthers eaten by crocodiles in the Limpopo, leaving me, Richard Hannay, 37 years old, sound of wind and limb, back home, which was really no home at all, if you want to know. Just a dull little rented flat in West 1, Portland Place, actually, and I was bored. No, more than bored, tired. Tired of the world and tired of, well, life, to be honest. So I called my broker. He wasn't in. Dropped into my club, full of old colonial buffers. Had a scotch and soda, picked up the evening paper, put it down. Nothing but wars and rumors of wars and elections, and I thought, who the bloody hell cares, frankly? Why, what happens to anyone? What happens to me? No one would miss me. I wouldn't miss me. Why, I could just as easily. But then I thought, come on, Hannay, pull yourself together, man. Find something to do, you bloody fool. Something mindless and trivial, something, I've got it, a West End show. That ought to do the trick.
I'll be presenting you one of the most remarkable men in the world, Mr. Memory. Every day Mr. Memory commits to memory 50 new facts and remembers every one of them. Facts from geography to history, from newspapers to scientific books. In fact, there are more facts in Mr. Memory's brain than is possible to conceive. Settle down now. I will also be mentioning that before retiring, Mr. Memory has gladly committed his entire brain to the British Museum for scientific purposes. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now begin to place myself in a state of mental readiness for this evening's performance and clear my inner being of all interzentric and supernumerary material.
Is this seat taken?
Not that I know of.
Are you ready for the first question, Mr. Memory?
Quite ready for the questions, thank you.
All right, first question, please. Come on now. Yes? Who won the cup in 1926? Who won the cup in 1926, Mr. Memory?
Who won the cup in 1926? The Tottenham Hotspurs won the cup in 1926, defeating the Arsenal Gunners at 5-0 in the presence of His Majesty King George V. Am I right, sir?
Quite right, Mr. Memory.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next question, please. Yes? What was Napoleon's horse called? What was Napoleon's horse called, Mr. Memory?
What was Napoleon's horse called? Napoleon's horse was called Bellerophon, which he rode for the final time at Waterloo, June 15th, 1815. Am I right, sir?
Quite right, Mr. Memory.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please. Oh, yes. How old's Mae West? How old is Mae West, Mr. Memory?
Well, I know, sir, but I never tell a lady's age.
Very good, Mr. Memory. All right, a serious question, please.
I say, Mr. Memory, how far is Winnipeg from Montreal?
A gentleman from Canada. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal, Mr. Memory?
Winnipeg from Montreal? 1,454 miles. Am I right, sir?
Quite right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question, please.
Scheisse!
Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
Come on, next question, please. Let's go, come on.
Did you hear that?
Calm down, everybody.
Excuse me,
Yes?
may I come home with you?
What's the idea?
Well, I'd like to...
Well, you see, it's rather difficult at the moment. I've got the decorators in, and you know.
Please!
Calm down, please.
All right, it's your funeral.
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal? Canada. Who stole King George's horse and 5 goals to nil in Maritza?
Quite right, Mr. Memory.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Play, men, play!
Well, I know, sir, but I never tell the ladies.
Mr. Memory.
Thank you.
Don't forget his name now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Memory.
Thank you.
Ah, never can find the switch. Damn it.
Turn it off. Quickly. Scheisse. Blind.
Blind?
Blind, blind. Pull the blind.
Oh, blind, yes, of course. There. Sorry about that.
Now's the light, Mr. Hannon.
Light, right. Oh, have a drink, why don't you?
Thank you. For you.
Why, yes, thank you.
Now, Mr. Hannon,
How do you know my name?
I saw it in the lobby.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, hello, there's the telephone.
Please, don't answer it.
Why ever not?
Because I think it is for me. Please, don't.
Now look here.
Yes,
Am I allowed to know your name?
you don't want to know my name.
Don't I?
Schmidt.
Schmidt?
Annabella Schmidt.
So what's the story, Annabella Schmidt?
Mr. Hannon, may I be very impertinent for a moment and ask for something to eat?
Oh, but of course. Would you care for a spot of haddock?
Haddock would be wunderbar. Thank you.
Nothing like a spot of haddock. Wait a minute, it was you who fired that shot in the theater, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't a great show, but it wasn't that bad.
It was a diversion. There were 2 men in the theater trying to shoot me.
You really ought to be more careful in choosing your gentlemen friends.
No jokes, Mr. Hannon, please.
Beautiful, mysterious woman pursued by gunmen. Sounds like a spy story.
That's exactly what it is. Only I prefer the word agent better.
Secret agent, I suppose? For which country?
I have no country.
Born in a balloon, eh?
Mr. Hannon, please. I'm being pursued by a very brilliant secret agent. On the point of obtaining highly confidential information, vital to your air defense. It is up to me to stop them. I tracked 2 of his men to that music hall. Unfortunately, they recognized me.
Ever heard of a thing called persecution mania?
You don't believe me?
Frankly, I don't.
They are in the streets this moment, underneath your English lamppost. Take a look, why don't you? But be careful. Now do you believe me?
You win.
Mr. Hannon, I'm going to tell you something which is not very healthy. Something which can mean either life or death. But if I tell you, then you will be involved.
Involved?
You wish to be involved.
Tell me.
Very well. Have you ever heard of the 39 steps?
What's that? A pub?
Your English humor will not help, Mr. Hannon. I tell you, these men will stop at nothing, and I am the only person who can stop them. If they are not stopped, it is only a matter of days, perhaps hours, before the top secret and highly confidential information is out of the country. And then they've got it out of the country. God help us all.
Well, what about the police?
The police, They will not believe me any more than you did. With their boots and their whistles. It is up to us, Mr. Henning. I tell you, these men, they act quickly. You don't know how clever their chief is. He has a dozen names and can act like 100 people. But one thing he cannot disguise. This part of his little finger is missing. So if ever you meet a man with no top joints there, be very careful, my friend.
I'll remember that.
Mr. Henning.
Richard.
Richard. May I stay the night, please?
Certainly. You can sleep in my bed.
Thank you.
I'll get a shakedown on the armchair.
As you wish. And one more thing.
Oh, your haddock.
Mein haddock. I've rather lost the taste for haddock. No, I mean
Yes.
a map of Scotland.
Scotland?
There is a man who I must visit next if anything is to be done. An Englishman. He lives in a big house
Big house?
at a place called Altna-Shalak.
I beg your pardon?
Altna-Shalak.
Altna-Shalak. In the 39,
Bring it to my room.
Certainly.
Good night, Richard.
Good night, Annabella.
Richard!
Annabella? No, look here, Annabella. You just walk into my life out of nowhere and you get me all involved and, well, I've never met anybody quite like you, and frankly, to be frank...
Richard! Richard, I'm so very sorry. So very sorry. I tell you, these men, they act quickly. They will stop at nothing. Nothing, you hear me? No, there is no turning back. Oh, not.
Golly. Altna-Shalak. Altna-Shalak.
There is a man in Scotland, only a matter of days, perhaps hours, before the secret is out of the country. I tell you, these men will stop at nothing. They act quickly, 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 quickly.
Blimey! What you been up to? I nearly died of fright.
I say, brother, could you use a pound note?
A pound note? A pound note? What's the game?
I need to make a quick getaway.
To a bunk?
Yes,
What you been up to?
I'll have to trust you. There's been a murder committed on the first floor.
A murder? A murder by who? By you?
No, by those two men over there.
Ah, I see. Waiting good as gold for a copper to come arrest him, eh?
It's true, I tell you. They're spies, foreigners. They've murdered a woman in my flat, and now they're waiting for me.
Ah, come off it. Funny jokes at 5 o'clock in the morning. What you been up to?
All right, I'll tell you the truth. Are you married?
Yes, but don't rub it in.
Well, I'm not, you see. I'm a bachelor.
Well, lucky you.
No, the thing is, I've been seeing a married woman.
Naughty.
Oh, no, you don't understand. It was all a setup.
Would you believe it?
She was leading me on.
No.
See those two men over there?
I do?
Know who they are?
No?
One's her brother, and the other is her husband.
Croy, blimey. Here I have my cap and coat.
Thank you, sir.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. I say, have a pound.
A pound? Why, that's very kind of you.
Take two.
2 pounds? God bless you, Governor. Leave the pony around the corner. You'll do the same for me one day.
be morning this morning it is this morning. How about this here eat rifle? Mr. Hannay. Never seen nothing like it. People dropping like flies. Mr. Hannay, get up. You should... Well, for one thing, they're much prettier than they were 20 years ago.
More free.
Free and easy.
Remember the old-fashioned sort?
All bones and no bends.
My wife! Look at this now. Our new streamlined model number 1.
A glory to behold. Anything to go with it?
Look at this beauty.
Now that's a sight for sore eyes.
You can say that again. The two wonders of the modern world.
Tell you what, bring 'em back when they're filled. Get it?
Get it?
When they're filled.
When they're filled,
Don't be shy.
don't be shy.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit. Where are we?
It appears we're at Halifax. Durham. Berwick-upon-Tweed. Oh, biscuit.
Much obliged.
Biscuit.
No, thank you.
Suit yourself. Here we are, Edinburgh town.
That was quick.
Wonder what won the 2 o'clock at Windsor.
I'll get the paper.
I'll go to the lavatory. Excuse me,
Sorry.
Evening paper, ladies' news. Evening paper, ladies' news. Evening paper, please. Evening paper, sir. Thank you. Evening paper, ladies' news. Evening paper, ladies' news. Well, look at this.
What?
Been a woman murdered in fashionable West End flat.
All these sex dramas don't appeal to me. What one?
What one what?
The 2 o'clock at Windsor.
2 o'clock at Windsor. Bachelor boy.
Good.
At 7 to 4 on.
Not so good.
Anyways, where were we? Ah, yes. Stabbed in the back she was. Portland Mansions, Portland Place.
But the BBC, that's the place to put someone to sleep. What was she like? One of the usual?
Well-dressed woman, 35.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Lieutenant Richard Hannay is missing.
You do surprise me.
Approximately 37, dark wavy hair, piercing hazel eyes, pencil mustache.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Might I see your paper?
Certainly.
I think I'll pop out to the buffet car. Finished? Fancy anything?
No,
No,
thank you.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Good heavens. The place is stiff with police.
Excuse me, officer. Caught the West End murderer yet? Not yet, but we'll catch him, sir. Don't you worry.
That's the spirit, sir.
All aboard the Highlands. Next stop, the Highlands. Anything suspicious, let us know, sir.
Will do, Constable.
All aboard! All aboard! news, sir. All aboard! Let's be having you!
Fine, let this in, fine, let this in.
All aboard! All aboard!
Ladies' news, ladies' news.
All aboard! All aboard!
Just get on with it already.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sorry.
Well, back from the buffet.
Sorry.
Listen to this. The police are searching the train. Every compartment.
Every compartment.
And here's a corker. There once was a man from Nantucket.
Excuse me.
Hope you don't mind us talking shop.
No, not at all.
We're on the run, you see.
From our wives.
Never go home.
We ride the railways and sell underwear.
That's all we do.
Anyways, there once was a man from Nantucket who grew a Venus flytrap in a bucket. He said when it grew, well, what do I do? Do I keep it for breeding?
Excuse me.
He's in a rush.
Excuse me. Have either of you seen a man passing? His name be Richard Henry.
Excuse me, so sorry to disturb you. Have either you seen this man? His name be Richard Hannon.
Darling, how lovely to see you.
Looks like somebody be having a free lunch in there.
And a free pudding too, I wouldn't wonder.
I'm terribly sorry. I had to do it. I was desperate. My name is Richard Hanley. They're after me for murder. I swear to you, I'm innocent. You've got to help me. I have to keep low for a few days. The safety of this country depends upon it.
So, sorry to disturb ye, but have either of you seen this man? His name be Richard Hanley.
This is the man you want, Inspector.
But we just came by now and saw you both. Well, you know.
He came in here and he forced himself upon me. His name is Richard Haney.
Are you Richard Hannon?
Certainly not.
But this beautiful young woman clearly stated. Get after him, Constable!
Right, sir.
Grab him, man!
Right, sir.
We're on the fourth bridge, sir.
Can I help?
Oh, everything's under control, miss.
I'll stand right here then.
Okay, miss.
Just a suggestion.
Yes, miss?
What about the communication cord?
The communication cord, of course.
Shall I pull it?
Best if I do, miss.
Righto.
Pulling the communication cord!
No, sir. Not the communication cord. Oh, bollocks.
The suspect is approximately 37 and about 6'1". Although he is clearly dangerous, he is quite good looking actually, with dark wavy hair, piercing hazel eyes, and a very attractive pencil mustache. It is not known whether he survived his ordeal. Police had to call off the search and the gathering of documents.
Oh, hello there. I'm looking for work.
What kind of work?
I'm an itinerant laborer.
You'll find none of that in this vicinity.
Are there no, big houses around here?
No big houses.
Well, what about that big house?
What big house?
That big house.
Oh, that big house.
Isn't that a big house?
That is a big house.
So who says that then?
Some professor, I believe. Professor Jordan. An Englishman.
It wouldn't happen to be called, Aldous Sherlock, would it?
Aye, it would.
Ah, lovely. I'll try that. Cheerio.
You won't tonight.
Won't I?
It'd be nearly 14 miles to the other end of the lock.
No, it's really no problem. I'll just be...
Margaret!
Aye.
Come here. We have a visitor.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
You can stay here if you wanted.
Oh, on second thought, perhaps I will stay the night.
Can you eat a herring?
I could murder half a dozen right now.
Can you sleep on a box bed?
I could try.
2 and 6.
Done. Your daughter?
My wife.
Well done.
See to the gentleman and be quick about it.
Aye.
I'll see to the coos.
Sorry?
I'll see to the coos.
Right.
Won't you come in?
Why, certainly.
There's your bed.
Oh, marvelous.
Could you sleep there, do you think?
Why, I could sleep anywhere right about now.
Won't you sit down, please, while I go on with our supper?
Thank you. Say, you wouldn't happen to have today's paper, would you?
Me husband has the paper.
Right. So, been in these parts long?
No, I'm from Glasgow.
Glasgow?
Did you ever see it?
No, I never did.
Oh, you should. You should see Sochi Hall Street on a Saturday night. With all its fine shops and the trams and the lights. And the cinema palaces. And the crowds. It's Saturday night tonight.
Well, I've never been to Glasgow, but I've been to Edinburgh and Montreal and London.
London?
Oh yes, why, I could tell you all about it at supper if you'd like.
Could ye?
I could.
No, John would nae approve of that, I doubt.
John?
Me husband. He said it's not right to think of such places and all the wickedness that goes on there.
Or I could tell you now.
Could ye?
I could.
Aye, you could.
What would you like to know?
Is it true that all the ladies paint their toenails
Some of them do, yes.
and put rouge and lipsticks on their faces?
Yes, they do.
Do London ladies look beautiful?
They wouldn't if you were standing beside them.
You ought not to say that.
Not to say what?
Oh, I was just saying to your wife that I prefer living in the city to the country.
God made the country.
Certainly did.
Supper ready, woman.
Almost.
Well, hurry yourself.
I say, might I have a look at your paper?
Suit yourself. You know, you did not tell me your name.
Oh, Hammond.
Huh, Mr. O. Hammond.
No, Hammond.
Here we are.
Oh, splendid.
I'll say a blessing before we begin.
Lovely idea.
O most mighty and unforgiving Father, sanctify these bounteous mercies to us miserable sinners. Make us bow on bended knee. Make us truly thankful for all our manifold blessings, and continually turn our hearts from wickedness beat our gluttonous thoughts, and lash our lustful desires, as with a three-pronged flailing stick, pressing our bestial noses to the grindstone, and blinding our eyes to all the tawdry baubles of all the worldly wicked things. Amen.
Amen.
Ah, I forgot. I need to lock up the barn. I'll go and lock it.
Right you are. Wake up, sir. Please, sir, wake up.
Oh, hello.
Oh, no, sir, no. It's the police, Mr. Oham Hammond. Please, wake up. I beg of you,
The
sir.
police?
You must go now while you still have a chance.
I should have known. Making love behind me back. You, get out. And that's 48.
Not so fast, my friend.
Go now. You still have a chance of liberty.
You don't understand. She was only trying to help
Aye,
me.
to bring shame and disgrace upon me house.
Don't you mean Hoos?
Hoots.
Anyway, if you must know, I'm on the run from the police.
Police.
They're after me for murder.
Murder. Police. They'd be right outside.
Don't let them in. Tell them I'm not here. I'll make it worth your while.
How much?
£5.
In cash?
Will you take a check?
Don't be funny with me.
Pay him. Pay him. I didn't trust him. Listen.
He's in there.
I was right. He's double-crossing me. Quick, through the window. Not that window.
Which window?
The rear window. Wait! Your jacket.
My jacket?
It's terrible light-colored.
Is it? Why, it's the latest Paris tweed.
I'm afraid to see you on the dark moors. Best take this one.
But this is your husband's coat.
Aye. His Sunday best. It's so black they'll never see.
What's this?
His hymn book.
I can sing a hymn if I get frightened.
Don't joke, I beg of you.
What's going to happen to you?
Don't worry about me.
I wish I could take you away from all this.
No, this is my home.
What's your name?
Margaret.
Goodbye, Margaret. I'll never forget you for this.
Go now!
There he is! Get after him!
We are sorry to interrupt this program of popular romantic music to send you off to familiar murder has been spotted on the moors near Loch Cribben. Police have warned he's almost certainly armed and dangerous. Here is his description once again. He is approximately 37 and about 6'1", with dark, wavy hair, piercing hazel eyes, and of course, his very attractive pencil mustache. His time on the moors has actually made him slightly more rugged looking, which makes him look even better looking than he did before. The suspect, Richard Hannay, is currently on foot in inhospitable terrain, and police can assure listeners that they are closing in with specialist squads in fugitive apprehension by foot, road, and by air.
Der ist over there. Which direction's that then? North or northwest? North by northwest. Why, that's the direction of Professor Jordan's house. Professor Jordan's house? I see going down one. No idea. He's disappeared again. Oh, no. There he is. Shoot, man, shoot! Mister, damn all this impenetrable scarlet mist. Wait a minute. What? John! What? We're too close to him. Oh, no! Change direction! Change direction! I can't! Oh, no! My God! Oh, God!
Yes?
Oh, excuse me, I'm looking for Professor Jordan.
Professor Jordan? Why, I'm his wife. Louisa Jordan.
I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Jordan, but might I speak with your husband? It's quite important.
May I know your name?
My name? It's, Hammond. Tell him I'm a friend of Annabella Schmidt.
Miss Annabella Schmidt. Please come in, Mr. Hammond. We're just celebrating my daughter's Hillary's birthday and a number well-to acquaintances of my husband, including the sheriff of the county. Later, we're organizing a shooting party. Would you care to join us?
Certainly.
Shall we pop into the party?
All right.
On second thoughts, best if I fetch my husband.
Suit yourself.
Mr. Hammond! So sorry to have kept you waiting.
Oh, it's quite all right.
So, you're from Annabella Schmidt.
Well, yes, I am.
Any news?
She's been murdered.
Murder! Oh, right, the Portland Mansions affair. How dreadful! Now the police are after you.
Well, they are rather.
Well, they won't be for long. I've set them off your scent. They'll be far away by now.
Oh, thanks for that.
No problem, old chum.
I didn't do it.
Of course you didn't do it, Mr. Hannay. I suppose it's safe to use your real name now.
Yes, quite safe.
Jolly good. So tell me, why did you come all the way to Scotland to tell me about it?
Because I believe Annabella had stumbled upon some secret, top secret air ministry secret. And she was killed by foreigners who were interested too.
Really? Well, glad you told me. And risking your life in the process. How can I ever thank you?
Oh, and there was one more thing, Professor. She was looking for something. Something called,
Yes?
the 39 steps. If we can figure out what the 39 steps are, then perhaps we could...
So let me get this quite clear. So sorry. You must be exhausted. Have a seat, Mr. Hannay. Get comfortable for a minute. Better?
Yes, thank you.
So, what did this foreign agent of yours look like?
There wasn't time to explain. But, oh, there was one thing. Part of his little finger is missing.
Which little finger? afraid I've been guilty of leading you down the garden path. Or is it up? I can never remember.
Well, it's rather the wrong garden, I'd say.
Yes, I'm afraid it is, Mr. Hannay. You see, you forced me into a very difficult position. I live here as a very respectable citizen. My very best friend is the sheriff of the county. My entire life could be in jeopardy if it became known that I was not, how shall I say, what I see. There's my wife and daughter to think about. But what's more important, and what makes it doubly important that I simply cannot let you leave, is that I'm about to relay some very important information out to the country. Oh yes, I've got it all right. And it would appear that Miss Annabella Schmidt was far too late. So it appears there is only one option, Mr. Hannay.
I shall be serving lunch directly, sir. Will Mr. Hammond be staying?
No, dear, I don't afraid he will. Unless, of course, you decide to join us.
For lunch?
Very good, Mr. Hannay, very good. You're just the kind of man we need. Sharp, intelligent, ruthless. When the war comes, these will be the exact qualities we need.
War?
Oh, yes. We'll make quite a show of it, you and I.
Well, what if I don't believe in those qualities?
What other qualities are there?
Human qualities.
Human qualities? What human qualities?
Selflessness, loyalty, sacrifice, love.
Love? When have you ever cared about love, Mr. Hannay? It's not in your nature, old sport, never has been. But you know this. So sad, isn't it? No one to love, no one to care for, no home to go to. But you see, there is home. Our home.
Our home?
Oh yes, Mr. Hannay. We will love you. And in return, you will love us, the glorious master race, commanded eternally by destiny itself. Well, Mr. Hannay, what do you say? Will you join us?
All right, Professor. If you think I'm suitable material.
Oh, yes, I do. I will go tell Miss Gordon right away.
Oh, Professor, there's just one more thing.
What?
One little question.
Any second.
Before I sign up.
Absolutely, my leaving.
What are
Yes.
the 39 steps?
Oh, the 39 steps! The 39 steps, so I say it myself, is mine own brilliant creation. The very soul of the enterprise. But wait a minute. You think you can just join us and then...
Master race. I despise you.
You're just like she was, Miss Annabella Schmidt, with her outmoded, sentimental notions, with her democratic, boring Scheissendrivel. I thought for a second that you might. But no. You petty-minded, pusillanimous, pathetic!
Oh, bugger.
The 39 steps, Mr. Hannay. I assure you, you will never know!
cigarette cases, pocket watches, spectacle holders, but never a hymn book, Henry. Who would have thought a hymn book could stop a bullet? Still, I'm not surprised. Some of those hymns are terrible hard to get through. And to think I was drinking the villain's champagne only a half an hour ago.
Right.
Want some tea, Mr. Haney?
No tea, thank you, Sheriff.
And calling himself a professor, where all along he was
He was a spy.
a spy. Well, it's a lesson to all of us. Pretty slick sleuthing for an amateur, I'd say, Mr. Haney. Sure about the tea?
Quite sure, Sheriff. Now, look here. I don't mean to rush you or anything, but oughtn't we be taking steps? Well, it's a serious business, you know. If it weren't, you don't suppose I'd put myself in your hands with a murder charge hanging over me, do you?
Never heeds a murder, Henry. I don't doubt you'll be able to convince Scotland Yard as easily as you've convinced me. I have a short statement to forward the proper authority. I have someone coming from next door. Nice scarable.
Sheriff, there's no time to be lost. He's got the information, and it's absolutely vital to the safety of our air defense that it not get out of the country. We really ought to be doing something.
Call me in, Sheriff.
Indeed I have, Inspector. Do you think I enjoy playing time with a murderer?
Murder?
Murderer?
Mr. Haney, you are under arrest on the charge of willful murder of a woman last Tuesday night in Portland Mansions. Take him to the county jail.
But, Sheriff, you heard my story. It's true, every word of it.
I don't believe your cock and bull story about the professor. Why, he's my best friend in the district. Get me the professor.
If the professor didn't shoot me, then where did this bullet come from?
Grab him, man! Oh, Hannah, you're getting in deep water. It's getting deeper by the second. Yes, this is the sheriff of the county speaking it. Oh, yes, Professor. We have apprehended the villain, Professor. Indeed we have, Professor. Oh, thank you, Professor.
I demand to speak with the Foreign Office in London immediately.
Foreign Office in London? Ha! I'm afraid not, Mr. Hannay. Handcuffs, Inspector, please.
Handcuffs going on, sir?
Handcuffs going on now, Professor.
I don't think so.
Get him, man! He's escaping! Yes, everything's under control, Professor. Indeed, it's everything's tickety-boo. Everything's going okay.
Excuse me, I could use some help.
Just a moment.
Right, absolutely. Can I help?
No, thank ye.
The thing is, you see...
If you don't mind.
Sorry.
There.
Well, I'm in a bit of a pickle, you see, and I was...
Hello! Hello, hello, hello!
Hello?
You're here! You're finally here!
Am I?
Yes, we've been waiting for you. Here comes Mr. McQuarrie.
Ah, he's here, thank the Lord, thank the Lord, thank the Lord.
Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my extreme pleasure to welcome tonight's ever-popular chairman, Mr. McQuarrie, to say a few choice words about tonight's illustrious special guest speaker. Mr. McQuarrie, if you would, please.
Thank you. Let us know me tell you about this guest speaker tonight.
Mr. McQuarrie, sir!
Aye,
Speak up, sir!
speak up,
Speak up, aye!
speak up, aye. because many were not involved. A soldier instead was peaceful instead. He also a father. And I said, and may I say, all is what the finish, may I say. And when it comes from anything, I want to be very, very generous. Great, beautiful things I must say. He will go down in the way. Well, may I call upon our illustrious guest speaker this evening, Mr. Roy McAllister.
Do forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, for my hesitation in addressing you. I had quite failed to realize from hearing the chairman's flattering remarks that he was speaking about me. Thank you. Anyway, when I journeyed up here a few days ago on the Highland Express over that magnificent structure, the Forth Bridge, I had no idea that in a few days' time I would be addressing an important political meeting. But may I say from the bottom of my heart and with the utmost sincerity how delighted and relieved I am to find myself in your presence. Oh, hello, do sit down. I'm just getting to the best. Good heavens. Hello.
Hello.
Anyway, where was I? Yes, delighted, not to say relieved. Because as long as I stand here on this platform, I am delivered for a moment from all the cares and anxieties that plague any man in my position. Anyway, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to discuss what shall we discuss? The herring trade, perhaps, or haddock, or the idle rich. Not that I can talk about that, because I'm not rich, and I've never been idle. Thanks awfully. Yes, I've been pretty busy all my life. Well, not that recently. Recently, the last few days, well, I've been in a bit of a slump, to be honest. Catching myself in all hours of the night full of damned thoughts and what have you. Well, not that recently. Recently, the last day, everything's gone a bit haywire, frankly. Wouldn't say it's been easy. Pretty difficult, actually. But the funny thing is, the odd thing is, you carry on. Yes, you carry on, and it's pretty bracing when you do it. It gets the old ticker pumping again. Yes, you carry on, and soon you're meeting people, real people, doing the best they can. Yes, doing the best they can in all the terrible situations the world throws at them. And I'll tell you what else they do. They take care of each other as well. Yes, whatever awful circumstances life has given them, they damn well look after each other. Now, is that such an outmoded, sentimental notion? Well, is it? So I'm calling upon each and every one of you here tonight. Let's just all set ourselves resolutely to make this world a better world, a good world, a brighter world, a world where no nation plots against nation, where no neighbor plots against neighbor, where there's no suspicion or hunting down, where everybody gets a square deal and a sporting chance, and where suspicion and fear and cruelty are forever banished. So I'm asking you, you, and 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 definitely you. Is that the sort of world that you want? Because that's the sort of world that I want. So what do you say? Let's vote on it. Vote for a good world, a better world, a brighter world, and above all, vote for Mr. McCrocodile. Yes, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
This is the man you want, Inspector.
Where have I heard those words before?
Get down! Get up!
Is this the man you were looking for, miss?
Yes, definitely. He's the one.
Well, I suppose you think you've been damn clever.
Officer, kindly tell your prisoner not to insult me, please.
Come along now, sir.
But you must have seen I was genuine in that railway carriage. Don't you see I was speaking the truth?
That'll be all now, sir.
All right, just listen, please, you must. There's highly confidential information being taken out of the country by a devilishly brilliant foreign agent. I can't do anything myself because of these fool detectives. But if you'll just telephone Scotland Yard...
Goodbye, Mr. Honey.
Actually, Miss...
Edwards. Pamela Edwards.
Miss Edwards, we would like you to come too.
Me? Whatever for?
To identify the prisoner, miss.
But I've already told you.
Just to the police station, miss.
If you wouldn't mind, miss.
Well, where's the police station?
Invernetti, miss.
Inverary. But that's nearly...
Nearly 40 miles.
Just shut him up!
He's to be questioned by the Procurator Fiscal personally, miss.
Procurator Fiscal personally.
It's essential for the public security, miss.
Essential for public security?
That's right, miss.
Well, that's absolutely necessary.
Thank you, miss. Now, if you would just climb into the car, please.
The what?
Ugh.
The car, miss.
Right.
Hello. I'm Richard, by the way.
And I'm not talking to you.
Right.
Wait a minute. This is the wrong road. This is the road south. Inverary north, surely.
There's a bridge falling down. We'll have to go around it. The man knows the way.
I say, Inspector,
What?
might I see your warrant?
You shut your mouth!
I say, would you like to have a small bet with me, Pamela? All right, then I'll have it with you, Sherlock. I'll lay you 100 to 1 that your Procurator Fiscal has the top joint of his little finger missing.
Why
I win.
now?
Damn sheep! Get out of the way!
Oh, look, a whole flock of detectives.
We'll have to clear them away.
Not so easy, no, this thick farce. Look how it's come down, out of nowhere.
I said, come on, man!
Wait. What about him?
What are you doing?
There you are. Now you're a special constable. As long as you stay, he stays.
Unchain this handcuff immediately.
Get out of the way, you mangy beast!
Fuck your bleeping roots!
As long as I go, you go. Come on.
What are you doing?
Feel this, pistol?
Yes?
Do you want me to shoot you?
Not particularly so.
Then get a move on.
They got away!
Oh, no.
If we don't find them,
Yes?
our lives won't be worth living.
Oh, God.
Wait!
What?
The car!
Where?
There!
There.
Take it!
you and I'll shoot you dead. And myself after. I mean it. Now move.
I'm in a puddle.
So you are.
I'm soaked through.
Never said it'd be easy, Pamela, my darling. Smell that, Heather. Makes you glad to be alive, doesn't it?
Lovely, yes.
Right. Well, come along.
Ow! Will you stop doing that? And do stop humming. Look, what are you doing this all for anyways? What chance have you got of escaping tied to me?
I'd save that question for your husband if I was you.
I don't have a husband.
Lucky him. Come on. What is that damn tune? Oh well, under the style. We seem a bit stuck.
Is that so?
All right, if I go, and then you go. No, that doesn't work either.
I say, what's the use of all this anyways? The policeman will catch you, as soon as it's light, as soon as the daybreak dawns.
They're not policemen.
Now, when'd you find that one out?
You found it out yourself. I'd never have known that was the wrong road to Inverary. They were taking us to their boss with the little finger missing. And God help either of us if we find him.
So you're sticking to your penny novelette spy story?
There are 20 million women on this island, and I've got to be chained to you. I will say it one more time. There is a dangerous conspiracy against this island, and we are the only two people who can stop it.
The gallant knight to the rescue.
All right, then, you're manacled to a plain-common murderer who stabbed a defenseless woman in his flat 4 days ago and can't wait to get you off his hands. If that's the story you prefer, then have it, my girl, and welcome.
I'm not afraid of you. Achoo.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Right.
Well, off we go.
Ow! You're horrible. You just don't care, do you? You walk into my life and now look at me. I'm cold and I'm wet and my wrist hurts. I didn't do anything to hurt you. You're utterly beastly and horrid, and all you care about is your pompous self.
Yes, well, that's the kind of man I am, I'm afraid.
Well, God help your wife, that's all I can say.
Yes. God help her.
It'd be a cold hiding night out there, Willie.
Aye.
All that wind and rain rushing down the glen. Wouldn't want to be alone out there tonight.
No.
Hello? Did you hear that?
Aye.
Hello? There it goes again. Oh, come away out of the rain. Come away in, sir. Come away in. Ah, the poor dearie's soaking wet. Me poor wee dears.
Yes, we, wrecked our car a few miles down the road.
Have you no luggage?
Sorry?
Have you no luggage?
Have you no luggage?
Oh, luggage. Right, of course. It's, in the car.
In the car, of course. Well, welcome to the McGarrigle Hotel. I am Mrs. McGarrigle. This is my husband, Will.
Aye.
Right, we were
At the
wondering...
McGarrigle Hotel, you can always expect a warm McGarrigle weather.
Marvelous. You see, we were wondering
Despite
if...
it being so off-season.
Smashing. We were wondering if you could accommodate us for the night.
Ah, of course, of course. A seat, a seat, a seat. Well, it appears we only have one bedroom left, with one bed in it. But you'll not be minding that, will you?
Oh, no. Quite the opposite.
You are man and wife, I suppose.
Why, yes, of course.
I thought so. Now, we'll just have you signed here, and we'll have you ready for your room. Willie the Book!
If actually write with my left hand. It got a bit.
Blues?
Sorry?
Cranky in the car?
Cranking the car, yes. Why don't you sign, my darling? The sooner you get used to writing your new name, the better. Remember what it is?
No.
Yes, I think you do, don't you? There we go. Mr. and Mrs. Henry Hopkinsman, Hammersmith, Hampshire, Hollyhocks, Hammond. Very good.
And there we are. Now, will you be needing your suppers?
Sorry?
Will you be needing your suppers?
Will you be needing your suppers?
Ah, yes. I'll take, whiskey and soda, 2 sandwiches, and a glass of milk.
Perfect. Now, if you'll just follow me into your room, please. Here's your room. Here's your bed and a fine roaring fire.
Ah, marvelous.
Now, if you just have that wet skirt off, I'll have it dried in the kitchen.
Oh, it'll dry by the fire, but things all the same.
No doubt the gentleman will take good care of you. Good night, sir. Good night, madam.
Good night.
Good night. Look, if you think that I'm going to spend the night with you...
What else are you supposed to do?
Let me go!
Come in.
Now, here is much... I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. We were just, getting warm by the fire. Weren't we, darling?
What?
Weren't we,
Right.
darling?
Darling.
I can see that. Anyways, here's your sandwiches, your whiskey, and your glass of milk. Would there be anything else?
No, that will be quite all, thank you.
I say, please don't tell.
Why ever not, dearie? Is there something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. She just wants to tell you something is all. We're a runaway couple.
Oh, I kenned it all the time.
Sorry?
I kenned it all the time.
Anyway, you won't give us away, will you?
No, of course I won't. Your secret's safe with us. You'll not be disturbed.
Yes, well, all right. Tuck in. What'll it be? Ham and tomato, or ham and tomato?
Ham and tomato.
Ham and tomato. And I'll have ham and tomato. All right, let's have that skirt off.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I don't want to be tied to a pneumonia case on top of it all. Take it off, I don't mind.
I'll keep it on, thank you. Well, actually, I will take my shoes off. my stockings.
Can I be of assistance?
No, thank you.
Suit yourself.
Actually, hold this.
Here.
Thank you.
Would you like your milk?
Yes, thank you.
Warmer now?
Yes, thank you.
Well, here we go.
I am not sleeping with you, and that...
As long as you're chained to me, you lie where I lie. Sorry.
I want you to know that I hate you.
Right.
Will you stop doing that?
What is that damn tune? Wish I could get it out of my head. Do you know when the last time I slept in a bed was? Saturday night. Whenever that was. And even then, I only got a few hours.
Oh, what woke you? Dreams? I imagine murderers must have terrible nightmares.
Oh, I used to. I used to wake up in the middle of the night screaming, thinking the police were after me. Yes, when I first began my life of crime, I was really quite squeamish about it.
You do surprise me.
But I soon got hardened. Soon. I was an out-and-out villain, wanted on 3 continents. Just think, Pamela, in years to come, you'll be able to take your grandchildren to Madame Tussauds and point me out.
Which section?
Unreformable no-hopers, wedded to a life of crime. That's me, Pamela, my darling, and the sad story of my life. Poor little orphan boy who never had a chance. Irredeemable, irreclaimable. Utterly horrid and beastly. I'd get away from me as quick as I could if I was you. No, wait. You can't, can you? Oh, well.
Mrs. Jordan, we had to take the girl as well. Unfortunately not. We lost her and Henny both. She'll know we're not the real police. Dispose both of them when we find them. Yes, Mrs. Jordan. Certainly, Mrs. Jordan. Okay, Mrs. Jordan.
Well, what is it? Spill the beans.
The professor's got the wind up. He's cleared out already.
Cleared out already.
He's warning the whole 39 steps.
The whole Does he still have the... you know?
Certainly does.
Well, thank goodness for that.
And he's picking up our friend from the London Palladium tonight.
London Palladium. Tonight.
I'll go start the car.
I'll search the register.
Can I help you?
Oh, I was just wondering if you might have had a young couple staying here tonight.
Might have had a young couple staying tonight, but may I take your jacket, by the way?
Oh, thank you.
you see? Put your coat on, man, and tidy yourself. And as for ye, I'll teach ye to be going into me house. Going into people's houses all hours of the night. Have ye no home to go to?
Right, sorry.
Thank ye and good night. And good night. See, nothing to worry about, dearie. Willie? Aye. You wouldn't give away a young couple, would ye? No. Ye old fool. To bed, man.
Good morning.
What's the idea? And how did you get out of these? Why didn't you escape?
Well, I did, but then I realized you were speaking the truth.
And may I ask what earthquake caused your brain to work at last?
Those two policemen from the car, and they were here last night. They're not real policemen.
I know they're not policemen. I told you they're not policemen.
Sorry.
Anyway, what did they say?
Right, something about a number. 20, 30.
39.
39, right, the 39.
39 steps.
Right, the 39 steps. Someone's gonna warn them.
What?
How can you warn steps?
Never mind, go on.
Right, someone's got the wind up and... Oh, no, I know. They're taking someone out of the London Palladium.
London Palladium. London Palladium? Well, who's that, I wonder? A professor? A friend with a little finger missing? What's he want to go there for? Funny thing for a master spy to do.
I feel like such an awful fool for not having believed you.
Oh, it's, quite all right. Anyway, we'd better be
Right.
going, I suppose.
Right.
Right, which
What?
room?
What?
Those two men you overheard.
Yes.
Staying in?
Those two men.
What?
Staying in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not.
Where did they go?
Don't know. Doesn't matter.
Does it matter?
What?
You button-headed little idiot! Why didn't you stop them?
What?
This is unbelievably appalling!
Button-headed?
Oh my God!
Sorry.
Why didn't you stop them, for God's sake?
Because I wanted to see you.
Well, that was a stupid thing to do, wasn't it?
Apparently, yes.
Well, where did they go?
I don't know. The London Palladium, I suppose.
The London Palladium. When?
Tonight on the way out.
On the way out of what?
I don't know.
Well, that's 4 to 5 precious hours wasted.
Well, if they'll leave in the country, then you can just leave well alone.
Leave well alone. Leave well alone? I am accused of murder. The only way to clear my name is to expose these spies.
There you go again. Selfish, 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 selfish.
What?
Utterly beastly, horrid, and selfish.
Oh, but much more than that. Much more important than clearing my name. These two have information which is vital to the safety of our air defense.
Well, I'm very, very sorry.
Which show? Matinee or evening?
I don't know!
Well, thanks for your help. Goodbye.
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 And don't expect me to come with you.
I won't.
Good.
Good.
I'm not surprised you're an orphan.
Chief Commissioner?
Yes, Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob?
Yes.
Bob's your uncle?
Yes. Anyways, they've checked the air ministries and nothing's been stolen.
But you heard those men say the professor's got it.
Well, they've checked and they're absolutely certain.
Police? What's the police doing here? They didn't follow you, did they?
Sorry.
So that's it then. That's it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now, with your kind attention, I'll be presenting you one of the most remarkable men in the world, Mr. Memory.
Thank you.
That's it. That's that tune I couldn't get out of my head. Mr. Memory.
Thank you. I will now begin to place myself in a state of mental readiness for this evening's performance and clear my inner being of all intercentric and supernumerary material.
Wait a minute, of course they don't know any information's missing. It's all in Memory's head. The professor's here tonight to take him out of the country.
First question, please. What was that, sir? Who built St. Paul's Cathedral? Ha! Who built St. Paul's Cathedral? Sir Christopher Wren built St. Paul's Cathedral. He done it in the year 16...
Sorry to disturb the show, ladies and gentlemen. Richard Charles Arpnaut Henning, I am Chief Inspector Albright, sir. And I'm arresting you on the charge of murder.
But you don't understand, Chief Inspector Albright.
Oh, I think I do, miss. Now, Mr. Hannay, if you would please.
All right.
But he's innocent, I tell you.
I'm sorry, Pamela, there's no other way.
Very wise, sir. Now if you just... Block all exits! Block all exits! Carry on as normal, sir.
All right. As I was saying before being interrupted in my flow, Sir Christopher Wren built St. Paul's Cathedral. He done it in the year 1669.
What are the 39 steps?
1660.
What are the 39 steps?
The 39 steps, sir?
Yes, Mr. Memory. For the last time, what are the 39 steps?
The 39 steps is a secret organization of spies collecting information regarding the Secret Service of... The Secret Service of...
This is the man you want, Chief Detective Inspector Albright.
No, you don't, Hanny. This is not your story. This is my story. You don't destroy me, and you don't get a girl. You lose the girl. You die alone, your little wretched Portland Place vet. You think you found the love, Hanny? Really? I'm afraid not, old sport. You will never find love in all eternity. Sorry.
Oh, no, you don't, Professor.
No, everybody keep calm. Bring out the dancing girls. Everything will be all right. Everything will be all right.
There's a good chap.
'Tis but a scratch, sir. I'll be all right.
Mr. Memory, what was the secret formula you were taking out of the country?
Would it be all right me telling you, sir?
Yes, it would, Mr. Memory.
It was quite a job to learn it, sir. I wouldn't want it to go to waste.
Of course not, old man.
The first feature of the new engine is its greatly increased ratio of compression, represented by R/1 to R, represented to the power of xy squared, duplicated by 32 point, 71 point, and 81 point, reduced recurring into equal cubes of epsilon, flowing power into the reduced chief valve governor valves, which then flow in radical series of... with concentric blades of alternating rows, which then flow into the 8p end of the shaft. This 8p end of the shaft contains an adjustable plus block, which take power at the power of 900 AVH to the 7th. This device renders the engine completely silent. Am I Right, sir.
Quite right, old sport.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad it's off my mind at last.
Well,
Well, you're a free man at last.
right.
Saved the country, too.
We both did that.
Not really.
Anyway, do you want to...
What?
Never mind.
Quite.
Better be going, I suppose.
Right.
I've got the decorators in, and you know.
Certainly do.
Well, bye.
Bye.
And that's me, and the sad story of my life. Richard Hannay. Irredeemable, irreclaimable, unreformable.
Utterly horrid and beastly. Poor little orphan boy who never stood a chance. This is the man I want, Inspector.
Happy Christmas, darling.
Happy Christmas, darling.